Hi, Mark from the Deering team. Just wanted to reach out and show you guys how we use Trello in the office to stay organized and keep projects moving forward and how you can use them at home.
All right, let's jump right into Trello. This is a real nice program that we like to use and have been using for a few years just to keep things organized, help plan things out. But it's really good not just for planning out a business strategy. It could be used just in home planning. Could be used for a student getting projects done. So I wanted to give you a quick overview since I like using it so much to see if it might help somebody out there. So here's what it looks like at a dashboard. There's board, list, and cards. So they group things in three different ways. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you get a flow on it, it works really well. So these are the boards. And as you can see, I've got our real estate one down here. We'll dive into those here in a little bit. Then I've got some personal boards. I created this one real quick as a sample just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like and how we use them. So if you start a board, just even called home planning, you open it up, it comes up with these, which are lists, which you can continue to add new lists and add them across the way. And then within the lists are cards, okay? These are what I would call maybe tasks, maybe things that you're working on, the actual bread and butter of what you're trying to get done. What's kind of cool about them is that they're movable. So in our example and in the way that we use it a lot, we have a backlog, ideas, things we want to get to list going here. These are things that maybe we just keep adding to, come up with a great idea. Let's add it here. Let's create a blog, and actually we'd put the topic, but we'd add it there. And then once you click in on these things, for example, I have a great idea to clean the garage. You click in on it, and there is a bunch of different things you can do from within the card itself. You can add a description. You can add different checklists. You can see I started a shopping checklist, and then I started a to-do checklist. You can just add another one just by clicking checklist, and this one might be, I'll just do shopping again. Shopping checklist, you hit return, it takes you and you can add items to it. Pick up more salt for the garage, and you can just keep adding things to do in there. But then as you can see up here, you can actually even attach someone to do that. Gas for the leaf blower, Amy, can you do that? So if I go in there and I do the @Amy, if she has an account with me, that will go to her inbox in her email automatically that says that there's a new item that you need to check in on Trello, and she would get notified and get sent right to this link that sees something that's on there. So it's a cool format. You can leave this open while you're getting things done, or you're thinking, hey, what else needs to happen on that shopping list? It's collaborative, so she can add things like that she wants picked up on the shopping list. She can add things that she wants done in the garage. She can @Mark so that it's specific. Okay, Mark, I want you to do this portion of it. And then as you check them off, it tells you what percentage of the list is done. And you can actually move things around on the list as well. So like, let's say this was super priority, you just grab that and you slide it up. And then that turns into the top priority. So you can move your lists around if you really get into the depth of importance. It's very effective. And then what you can do is you can turn these into different colors. Each card can be a different color. Like let's turn this one green, and maybe most everything that is green is going to be Amy's responsibility, and everything that's going to be yellow is going to be Mark's cards and what he's responsible for. And you can have each card have both of them as Amy and Mark. This is something that both of you should work on. And when you close it, it looks like this over here, where it's a card of each of ours. Or you can go in and you can remove Mark from it. So you could have the green ones would be Amy's, the yellow ones would be mine. So we can say that's not even my board. I don't have to look at it, worry about it, whatever. Right now it was just an idea and backlog, but it's like, okay, let's get this thing into action. The snow's starting to melt. You just pull it over, You can plop it there and currently working on. And so then it's something when you log on, you see, okay, that's a project we're working on right now. And then on top of that, you can put due dates. So if you're like, hey, let's have this done by, the 30th or the 23rd, you can throw a due date on it, a time, you can hit save, and then that due date's kind of lingering out there. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I like due dates. It makes me get things done on time when I know that there's a time restraint on it. So you close it, and then it actually shows you from this list that there's a due date on it, that there's a comment on it, and there's 2 of 8 of the checklist items done. Let me go back in and show you some cool comment options. You can go down and you can say, Amy didn't see the item that they wanted from the store, and then it just keeps a file of everything that goes on in here. So, and that would go to her email address automatically, and so she'd be notified that something happened in the spring cleaning garage. So, I mean, this is a weird, unique example I'm giving you because you don't get this detailed for spring cleaning in the garage, but it's an example. So, if you had a travel planning board, I threw just a sample in here. Say we're going to Colorado in the summer, and I wanted to keep notes of, okay, I'd like to stay at the KOA. You can throw the link in there, and so then you have a quick reference when you're planning with somebody. Boom, right there, it takes you to the KOA in Colorado link, so you can keep it in there as a reference. I threw just a picture in there. It could have been a sample of something, in the design world. If we're working on something and I want it to look a certain way, I'll throw an attachment of a picture in there, so whoever's working on it with me has an idea of what we're looking at. But as you can see, when you do attach a picture in there, it puts the picture as part of the card as well. But within the June Colorado trip, we have a checklist: reserve the KOA campsite, fill the propane in the RV, stock the fridge. Amy can start a separate list and different things for her to grab at the store. And then as she checks them off, I would be notified in case I was at the store and needed to grab something that she didn't grab. Say that trip has happened and you wanted to just archive it and get it out of the way. You can click on that button there and hit archive, and it's going to get rid of it. Another cool thing with the checklist, so let's go into this cruise one. And let's say I liked a checklist that I used last time for something. You click checklist, it actually is going to pull up other checklists that you've done, so you don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. So let's go and pick the checklist that we're going to continually do each spring to get the camper ready. You click on that checklist, hit add, and it's going to, each summer, whenever I go to do this, it's going to have that checklist saved in there. Change the generator oil video in below reference. So then what I did is I went down here and I found a YouTube video and just threw the link in there for reference. So it keeps a lot of things for you too. Pictures, links, videos. I'll jump down here a little bit and kind of show you how some of the in-depth ways we use it. Our administrative staff keeps track of all different things in here, and there's backlog, things that are getting worked on as one-off tasks, active sprints. Sprints are the little bigger projects, done projects and done tasks. We're starting to use it more and more for different content, and then what days they're supposed to go out, things that we could reuse, ideas, backlog, in progress, things we're working on right now. So as you can see, it's just a real handy way to use things. I wanted to kind of show you a brief description of it. And if you're interested and you really like it and you just want to dig more into it and want to learn more, let's grab coffee. Let's meet up or something. We could even do it online over a webinar or something. But I wanted to show you how we're using Trello as a real cool collaborative way to stay in touch with each other and get projects done. So hopefully that was helpful to you. If you have any questions, let us know.